What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Street Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NBA prediction video on the Dallas Mavericks. I believe they will make a trade for Pacers guard Malcolm Brogdon to replace Jalen Brunson big on the if he leaves for the Knicks. Let's talk about why. So, as I said in the intro, Jalen Brunson might be going to the Knicks. They've cleared a bunch of space for him, as the world knows now. They've been angling for him for a while now. Leon, you should know the connection by now with the Knicks GM or president, wherever he is, Leon Rose, and uh, Jalen Brunson's dad, and Leon Rose's son is Jalen Brunson's agent, all that good stuff. The webs tangled up, their family tree, whatever. Cool. But I think if he does leave, like I said, this prediction only doesn't go if Jalen Brunson stays for some reason. It's looking like it doesn't. He has added on the Miami Heat to his list now of teams he's going to talk to day one of free agency tomorrow, Thursday at 6 p.m. So I'm thinking Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon, who's been on the trade deadline, on the trade list, trade rumors for a while now. Some to the Lakers for Russ, some say to the Wizards, but they just got Monte Morris. A couple other teams here and there, but Malcolm Brogdon to me is the best fit for him. He is a bigger size, kind of, sort of Jalen Brunson, but with better defense. He's going to give you a good scoring punch, about 15 to 20 per game. He's going to give you good defense, long arm, 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan, smart IQ guy, good three ball, good, like just overall, just a good overall player all the way around. Only thing is, he really can't stay healthy. That's the only problem with him. Decent sized contract, can't stay healthy to save his life, but, the Mavericks want to kind of throw a shot at him that they can. Shouldn't cost too much. You have a couple options. You could do Tim Hardaway Jr. straight up, dang near. The money kind of adds out, and I did this on the trade or the trade simulator thing already, so I know what multiple moves that they can make. So what I found was Tim Hardaway Jr. or Frank or Tim Hardaway Jr. and Josh Green. Either one of those two work. Me personally, I'm a big Tim Hardaway Jr. fan. You know what I mean? So I think, and I hope he stays on the team. So this is me personally. I would give up Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't like him at all. I mean, as a player, now as a man, obviously. As a player, I'm not a fan of Spencer Dinwiddie's game. Kind of off and on, too much for me personally. I would give up Malcolm Brogdon, but the safe pick to keep both those guys, Tim Hardaway and Spencer Dinwiddie, for a guy who was used but wasn't used properly, was David Benadryns, former Washington Wizards. Big man, 6'11", almost 7-foot guy who can slang that three like crazy. He wasn't used properly. He's not a good fit in the Mavericks system. So you can go ahead and throw him in there. And probably a Josh Green type of guy. Davis Benadryns, Josh Green, and probably a 2025, 2026, a future first round pick. That'll be perfect to me, honestly. That's probably the best value for him. If you're a Mavs fan, you keep Tim Hardaway, and the reason why I want to keep Tim Hardaway, prior to this past season, I know they got to the Western Conference Finals, but everything worked out for the Mavericks perfectly. But prior to this season, Tim Hardaway Jr. was a second guy to them, to the second guy to Luka. So I'm thinking he comes back, bounces back, plays well. Keep Dinwiddie, I guess. I'm not a fan of his, but keep him. That's fine. And bring in Brogdon to take over that Jalen Brunson role. That's the best fit to me. Trade Davis Bertans. Bertans, excuse me. Who was Bertans? I'm tripping. But trade Davis Bertans, and they'll be your three guard lineup, adding Tim Hardaway to the fold. You have Christian Wood now with another scoring punch. And even if Brogdon doesn't score, that's fine because you have Tim Hardaway back. He just plays defense, was Brunson with a liability on. But there are a lot of options the Mavs could take. Because they don't have a lot of money to sign free agent wise, so it has to be a sign and trade type of thing. So I want to go through a list that I compiled, right? So this is the top tier list. And this would be their dream list if they can't get Malcolm Brogdon. If, as I said again, if Brunson does go to the Knicks or somewhere else. Colin Sexton, restricted free agent for the Cavaliers. I think that's a no-go. As I said before, sign and trade is possible, but I don't think him and Luka's game fit, to be honest. Colin isn't really a spot-up guy. Malcolm Brogdon could be more than Colin Sexton would be, or could be. So I would rather, Sexton, you would kind of have to give him the ball more, let him do his thing. He's a tough driver of the ball, good mid-range, solid on defense. He's a young bull. He really gets into you on defense, all that good stuff, the facial expressions, the energy. But he'll be a good fit there. But I just think the play style, I don't think works with Luka, to be honest. That's just me personally. Next will be Victor Oladipo. Rumor is he doesn't want to go back to the Heat. He wants more money. I don't know if the Mavs can give him that. Their cap space is kind of tight. Like I said, another sign and trade. Do the Heat have anyone? Do the Mavs have anyone the Heat would like? I say Tim Hardaway Jr. There'll be a good fit there. I say Dinwiddie as well. They're both around the same amount of money as well. So if the Heat sign and trade with Oladipo, there'll be a good move. Good defender, good offensive game. We saw him struggle he kind of struggled in the regular season coming back for that quad injury he struggled with the last couple years. Came back in the playoffs, was kind of benched a little bit here and there, but came in the playoffs and contributed in a major way for this Heat team. I love Oladipo. I've been saying that in multiple videos I made of him. I had a prediction video earlier in the NBA offseason about him going to the Hawks. And that probably won't happen now because they got DeJounte Murray earlier today. But I love Oladipo, man. I love his game, so he probably won't make this list. Probably won't make the Mavs, but I do love the fit there. Next, Tyus Jones, good defensive guy on the smaller end, similar to a Brunson, but like I said, more and a better defender than Brunson is, but less offensive punch. If you want to go cheap, he is available. The rumor is he will be signed with the Mavs. We'll see. They did draft Kennedy Chandler from Tennessee, but he's a rookie. You don't expect him to contribute right away, for major minutes. So I say no to that probably. And next is Kemba Walker for my top tier list. He will probably get bought out. Buying out, they give you a lot of your salary, so he should come to a contending team for the cheap. Now, the thing is, do you still believe in Kemba? I never did, to be honest. Even in his heyday in Charlotte, prime Charlotte years, I never really cared for Kemba too much. And then, if you can't tell, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't really care for guards that's short guards. That's not elite at what they do. Kemba was very good. Never elite. He's not a Trae Young style. He's not Steph Curry. Steph Curry isn't that small either. But a smaller guard, I'm not a fan of. I'm 6 foot myself. If you're my height or 1 inch taller, I'm not really. Or 1 foot taller. 1 inch taller. I'm not really. I don't really care for you that much. I'm not gonna lie to you for NBA services. That's just me personally. Unless you're an elite guy. So they could bring in Kemba for the super cheap. Same as Brunson, but less offensive punch. He is older with lesser defense as well. Same as Brunson. At least Brunson tries. Kemba, I'm kind of good on him. I'm not gonna lie to you there, but he is a top tier option by name. Couple of lower tiers I have for you. I'm gonna just ring off Goran Dragic. That could be an option as well. He was rumored to join them a couple years ago. Never happened, but he'll be a good fit there as well. Played okay with the Nets. They could have used him better, in my personal opinion, but he could come to the Mavs and be okay. Dennis Schroeder, I like him a lot still. He's famous for that a couple years ago. Turned down the Lakers deal and, the 80-some million, 60 million, whatever it was, and turned it down and got, 5 million. And that's been a whirlwind for him since then. He can still play. He can still ball. Plays well on both ends. His play style kind of tricky too. He doesn't ball hog, but it kind of does it. For me personally, when I watch him, I'm not really feeling his style of play with Luka. I say no with him. Ricky Rubio, he's a super option, but I think he resigns with the Cavaliers, to be honest. So no there. Gary Harris, cool option. He's not better than Dinwiddie or Tim Hardaway Jr. He'll be behind those guys. So you would want someone on the same level, if not better, and I don't think he's on better or on the same level as those two guys mentioned. So one tricky guy I like a lot, I really, really like a lot, but there's no defense there really. He tries, but he's not really a factor on defense. Lonnie Walker. I really, really like Lonnie Walker, man. And rumor is him and Spurs are done. I would love to see where he goes. No matter where he goes, I would love to see where he goes. And I think he will be a force. I think he will be not a major impact, but I think he will have some games which is like, man, well, I'm glad we got this guy. So if the Mavs can get him, cool. But I would love to see him on a real contender like the Suns or the Bucks or something, the Nets. He would be a great, great get for any contending team, my personal opinion. So yeah, all that to say this, Malcolm Brogdon, I believe, is the best fit and the best option to replace Jalen Brunson for the Dallas Mavericks if, like I said before, if and only if Jalen Brunson goes to the Knicks or elsewhere, not named the Dallas Mavericks. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.